Hello, everybody. We're back again with the Sealed Only Challenge, Sealed Only Detectives for Set 10 Whispers in the Well. And we ended last episode pretty good, I guess, all things considering. We ended off with a 2-1 win at locals. Round one of bye. We do got to preface that. So, only played 2 people, went 1-1 against the actual human players. But, for 2 starter decks and like a couple little dinks from a packs, you really can't complain at all, okay? You cannot complain one bit. And today we're going to be opening up some more packs to try to see what things we can upgrade our deck. But I do have to give a shout out to some of the upgrades that we got from last episode here. We got 3 cards that we're going to be looking to fit into our deck right away before we go into the packs here. We got a second ink runner from our prize packs that we got yesterday, and then our 2 store promos that we were able to get for our performance at League. A Strength of Raging Fire, which we're going to try to get as many of these League promos as we can to try to fill out a playset. It's the best removal card, arguably, in the game still. Post-rotation, and it's just something really, really good to have. And then we got this sweet Buy a Box promo Scar here, which I'm a pretty big fan of this card. It's not like the best card for constructed play, but it's really strong in limited formats, and for a 5 cost uninkable, a 6/5 quest for 2, and has a pretty not terrible, very a decently relevant ability for considering we're still going to be doing most of our removal through combat. It's going to go in the deck. It's better than the Twins, that's for sure. That's our big. It's better than the Twins. So we're happy to put these into the deck here. I'm going to put these off to the side for now, and we're going to go over what we're going to be opening for episode 2. We are going to open, with our $50, 8 packs of set 10 Whispers in the Well. Things we're looking for, okay? There was a couple different directions I could have gone right away. We could have grabbed lots of different things, but I wanted to start here again because I want to fill out some play sets of some cards that I think we're going to be using for majority of the run, at least for a strong portion of the series. I want to get at least 2 more super rare Judy Hops for the Detective Engine. 2 more of the 6-drop Judy Hops is really good. I would not mind some more Nick Wilds. But there's also some removal pieces that we kind of want to get. A couple more Sudden Scares I would not be opposed to getting early on. And He Hurled His Thunderbolt, the new 4-cost song in Steel. All very solid cards, and a couple other things to kind of throw here and there. Powerful legendaries that if we get lucky and get, we're going to throw into the deck right away. So we're going to start off with these bad boys right here for this for episode 2. Let's go ahead and jump right into pack number 1 here. Daisy Duck pack. It's a good sign for the series. It's what we're looking for. It's what we're looking to win from our set champ. I'm sorry. Wouldn't actually be upset to pull one of them either. Alright. Starting off, we got another Ana, a Raksha, the Horned King. I'll move these off to the side here to avoid a bit of glare. A Flotsam, another Twins. That's our 3rd one. Our one of it's probably going to go. Gurgi, we got a Mush's Rocket, a Flintheart Glom Gold for our first uncommon. We got a Broadway, a 4/6 Quest for 2 Bodyguard for 5. Very reasonable card. Also, a quite reasonable card. Definitely going to go into our deck right away. We got an Enigmatic Inkcaster. Tap this if you play 2 more cards this turn. Gain 1 lore. It's a card. It's a card, all right. Oh, you know what? We'll take it. We got a second Scar, Eerily Prepared. This one does not look nearly as good as the buy box one, but I'm happy to throw a second one of these into the deck by far. And we got a common foil. Fragile as a Flower. Okay. Look at this. Oh, not that. But, 2 more beat sticks. That's what our deck is rampant to beat sticks, the deck. So we're happy for that. Alright, this one opened kind of weird. That's fine. We got a Cricky here. Cricky is also a potentially reasonable card to include. I'll throw it in the maybe pile for sure. We got a Rama, a limited all-star here. I'm going to put these cards right here. Fragile as a Flower, another Nick Wild, Della Duck, Ha. We got a Time to Go, Blessed Bagpipes. Oh, we got a second Lexington. We were happy to see this. We just need more ways to fight on the board and to not lose to evasive characters like Genie and Dumbo. So this is another good card to throw into the pile here. First rare is Grimorum Arcanorum. During your turn, whenever an opposing character becomes exerted, gain 1 lore, and your character's name Demona gain rush. Cool card. We have no Demonas we're going to play, so it's not going to be put into there. We got a Potion of Malice, also a cool card, but not something we're going to be running. And a foil Webby Vanderquack, 1 drop. Okay. So far, not too bad. Not too bad. We're really hoping for some removal cards or some more Judy Hops. So let's see. Come on. There's got to be something. There's got to be at least one of those in these 6 packs last year, right? All right, got another Daisy Duck for first card. Hermes, the Horned King. They put it all together with really dark ink text. It's kind of very interesting. I've noticed some weird print errors with this set, but I kind of like the darker colors. Shanti, Akela, another Mushu's Rocket, a Emily Quackfaster. Oh, we got a second Broadway. Okay. Another big bodyguard character. We'll probably run this. I don't see why we wouldn't. First rare is an Ariel Ethereal Voice, followed by an Ursula Whisper of Vanessa, and then that's foil Tinkerbell. Interesting. Okay. All right. Getting some good uncommons, I'll say at least. A lot of gargoyles, which is, something good that we can ramp into. We got a Detective's Badge, all right. A Bronx, a Swooping Strike, Ka, a Headless Horseman 4-drop. We already have a playset of this from the starter deck. Now, if we pull the super rare, I'd be willing to put more of these in here because the super rare is a really good card. Raja. First uncommon is another Chef Lewis. It might make the cut. We'll see. Inscrutable Map. The Game's Afoot. I think we had this exact same pack in the last episode with the Chef, the Map, and the Game's Afoot card. Okay. Big Steel card. A big ol' horse. Nay. We got Mare Winddancer, 4 cost 5/7. So far, all our deck is just Beat Stick, so we'll probably throw this in here just for that. A Get to Safety and a foil Nick Wild. We got a Rarity Bump. That's reasonable, I guess. All right, we got 4 packs left. Okay, well, we've gotten more guys, I guess. Come on, 1 Thunderbolt, please. A Sudden Scare. Spooky Sight. I'm not even asking for legendaries here. I'm not. Fergus McDuck. Like that guy. Rombones, Demona, Minnie Mouse Ghost Hunter, Munchings and Crunchings, Vladimir. We got another Ink Runner. I'm not sure if we're running a third, but it might be fine for now. It filters our deck and draws us more cards, which is always good. Big old Ka here. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Our first T-Herald is Thunderbolt. I would love a playset, but just 1 already makes our deck look way better. We got more removal. Thank goodness. First rare is a Gazelle Ballad Singer, followed by another rare Robin Hood. I don't think we're going to be putting this. I'm not a huge fan of this card. Even in the few games we played, it's probably going to be first to go out already. Ooh. Oh, you see that? That's a foil legendary if I've ever seen one. Okay. So we're banking on, let's see. If it's Cinderella, that'd be insane. Daisy Duck is cool. Goliath. Prince Charming, I guess. Anything. Foil Webby Vanderquack. This is actually my second foil one that I've gotten so far. Really, really awesome card. Really good into opposing blue decks. Not something that we're going to be playing in our deck, though. I suppose if we get enough of these, maybe we can pivot to green. But you know what? I'm personally happy for that pull, but it's not the legendary we were hoping for. But it's a good one still, nonetheless. All right. So we got some more juice here. There is a world where if I don't pull another couple Judy soon, we could just always grab another starter deck for our budget, and that's probably also really reasonable. Anna, Peter Pan, Junior Woodchuck's Guidebook, Friends on the Other Side at Home, but it's still a very, very strong card. Francine, Flash, Chomp, another uncommon Jasmine. I think this makes our playset now. I still don't think this card is really worth going to be playing in our deck whatsoever. Flintheart Glomgold, another David Xanatos. First rare is a Penumbra, limited all-star, 5 cost 6/7. Pretty cool card. Super rare Cheshire Cat, also pretty cool, and Ashanti. Okay. Truly nothing in that pack. That's okay. Not every pack can have something, right? All right. If we can get a second Thunderbolt, I'd be feeling very good. Or another Judy. Another Judy Hop Super would be sweet. I was kind of hoping. It's a super rare, so it's going to be harder to pull. We got a Mickey Mouse, Tinkerbell, Demona, So Be It, more Nick Wilds, more Deladux. We got a Bagheera. I got another Jasmine. I don't need her, man. Like, this is kind of ridiculous now. Just don't need this card. Emily Quackfaster. Ink Amplifier. Let me read I forget what this card does. Whenever an opponent draws a card during their turn, if it's the second card they've drawn this turn, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. This card is really interesting. Maybe this is something that we can afford to play if there's a lot of blue decks, maybe. Just so we can try to out-ink them. I really don't think... I think this card's just too slow. But for an item, it's pretty interesting, at least. It's something to maybe kind of put into the banks a little bit. We got another super rare. Please be Judy Hops. It's Lady Tremaine, Sinister Socialite. Is a very interesting Ruby Whisper card. Not something that we're going to be running. And a foil David Xanatos. Well, it's a rarity upgrade. I'll put it over here for rarity upgrade. So why not, right? Why not bling out the deck over here? We got our final pack of the opening here. Not terrible so far. If we can end this with another removal card, that'd be the best. But you know, we'll see what we can do here. Pretty happy with the Broadways, actually. The Broadways are pretty nice to have. Goliath would be sweet, right? All right, starting off strong, we got our homegirl Daisy Duck, Mother Gothel, Cauldron Born, Akella, but I'm much faster. Della's Moon Lullaby, Webby Vanderquack. We got an Ichabod Crane. This card's kind of neat. I don't think it really fits the style of play that our deck is going to be going for, but it does quest for 2. I don't know. It's a maybe. We got a Hook Hand. Our first rare is White Agony Plains. And our second is a super rare Goofy Galumphing Gumshoes into a foil Peter Pan High Flyer. Alright, well, that pack did not really have anything for us there. But that's okay. So far, these are probably all going to make their way into the deck in some capacity. I'm going to put the foil over here for now. But this is the best card we pulled by far. The He Hurled His Thunderbolt. Very good removal spell right now. Pairs up with our Strength of Raging Fire that we're going to be running as well. The Wind Dancer is probably good enough as well. I don't mean to sound so disappointed, but I really was hoping we get at least another one of these. But that's okay. That's okay. For now, I'm going to go ahead, make the additions to our deck, showcase what we took out and what we moved. Or what we took out, what we put in. I'll catch you guys in a minute here. All right, be right back. All right, and we are back. We went ahead and made the changes to our deck. We ended up changing out 12 cards, which is pretty substantial, at least I would say. So first, the things we put in there. Of course, we're going to put in the He Hurled His Thunderbolt, our Strength Raging Fire. We put in both Broadways, being a good-sized bodyguard. That quest for 2 is very reasonable. Same thing with Lexington, just being a good statted body on turn 3. We're trying out the Mare Wind Dancer. I'm not super sold on this card. This card isn't terrible. I just don't know if it's worth it in our deck, but it's certainly good if there's a lot of steel decks by chance. So we threw it in there. We're running both of the Scars here as more boss characters for us to ramp into after playing Mickey. 2 more Ink Runners. We're going to run all the Ink Runners that we got to just continuously filter a card and have a decent reasonable ability. We're running the second Chef Louis. I don't know if this is sticking, but we're going to see. We don't have too much else right now, I feel like, to play with. So at least something that quests for 3 is reasonable. And then I felt like we were kind of a little short on early characters, so I threw in another Nick Wild 1-drop. And also it's relevant if you can shift onto it as well. Now for the cards we took out this Twins here because this card just does nothing compared to at least these guys, which do something for similar stats. We took out 2 David Xanatos. Discarding a card is kind of a high cost right now for us, and so we took this card out of the deck for now, but we still kept 2 because the effect is reasonable, and it's also like not a detective for our meager draw engine. I took out both Zeus. This card was fine, but I felt like getting the boost off was kind of difficult timed at times, but again, this card was not terrible, but I think we have better options now. We took out all 4, putting it together. This did not come up nearly as much as I thought it was going to, especially last few games. So we took it out for other removal pieces and other cards that draw cards. So basically, this is what the 2 Ink Runners and the Strengthened Herald came out for. Both of these Whisper Robin Hoods. This card's really not very good in my opinion. So we just took them out right away. And then we are taking out one of the Francines for some of these cards. We had a lot of 3-drops, and it's kind of tough to run so many 3s when we really want to play Mickey on turn 3. That's kind of like our big card. So I took it out, but this is what we have so far. Changes into the deck, but more ways to interact with the board, bigger threats in the Scar and the Broadway, more removal with 1 strength, 1 he hurled his Thunderbolt to complement our 1 Sudden Scare. And so it's just kind of another nice little upgrade to the next piece here, okay? So why don't we go ahead, jump straight into locals, see what the new changes have done to us, and see hopefully if we can at least continue our good streak like we did last time, alright? See you guys there.
So something that I've found that I really enjoy about this challenge, and what excited me about just the whole prospect of it, is that I feel like I get to enjoy the game in a way that I haven't, just card games in general, that I haven't gotten to in a long time. And it's not a bad thing, right? Like, I'm at the point, well off financially, at the point in my life where like I can just buy singles of whatever card I need, and I don't have to go for the hunting and all these things. And it's fun. It's nice. You know, I go to a lot of tournaments, so it's nice to be able to do that. But there's something really cathartic about the feeling of like, okay, I don't have these cards. I have to make do with what I have. But I'm still on the hunt for these specific cards. It reminds me of when I was a child and being able to like play Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day with my brothers, and like I didn't have every card. We didn't have every card. And we just played with what we had. And it was just a very fun experience. It feels very at the core of what TCGs kind of are. But with that, we are at locals today. We are at Gamer's Den, what I like to say is a gem of a game store in Minnesota. They are kind of in the back of the woods here, you could say. This store is hosted in a pole barn, but this pole barn is absolutely amazing, filled with amazing amounts of retro video game fanatic collections here. A great spot to play games, and it's wonderful, wonderful location. Let's see how we do tonight, or well, this morning. It's actually only 11 o'clock in the morning. Another reason why I like this place. Let's see how we do at locals with the updates to our lists here. I think our list is starting to feel a bit more cohesive. You know, to give it credit, we're still only about 10 packs in plus 2 starter decks, but we're starting to at least feel like, okay, we can take out some of the fluff from the starter deck and put in just bigger, better stuff. Hopefully we can get more of that today. All right, see you in there.
Welcome to round 3 of locals here. So I did record rounds 1 and 2, but I only had time to put one of them into the video, and I thought this was a really good match here. The first 2 matches went pretty good. I ended up taking both of them here, but we are going into the quote-unquote finals, I guess you could say, of locals here, going up against Ian on his Amber Steel list. His Amber Steel list is a little bit more interesting. It has a lot of the aggressive cards in it, but instead of Tiana's, he has a bit more top end. He's got the Robin Hood shift line, which is actually like pretty good into other matches like this. So of course we lose dice roll. He gets to go for a Daisy here. We miss our 1-drop. Typical here. Gets out of Calhoun. We grab a Scar off that Daisy trigger. So most of our lines here that I think we need to take in this Amber Steel matchup, which I actually think we're decent into. Just because our deck plays more like a purple steel type of list than like a traditional sapphire steel ramp aggressive deck here. I remember this match, I did end up keeping our 1-0 Strength Raging Fire in our hand, so I'm trying to get up to Strength here, playing the Mickey, waiting one more turn, hoping he doesn't have a Strength in his own hand. Goes out for Pluto, and he just quests for 4 here, or quests for 3 here. Does not have the Strength. That means we're about to cook with some gas here. Get to ink this Judy Hops because we have plenty of draw already. Yeah, we get to boost our Daisy with our Donald to kill this his Daisy here, and then we get to Sing Strength on the Calhoun. A super strong tempo turn here. I will say, This Donalduck is a pretty good card, I'd say, in matches like this. Being a 4-cost 5/4 that gives +2 to one of our detectives has been pretty insane, actually. And him being a 4-cost means he can sing the He Hurled His Thunderbolt card, which, we only have one of, mind you, but, when we inevitably, hopefully get more, we can start doing more of that here. So he is going to go ahead, play this Rhino for free, sing Strength to deal 3, then finish off the Donald with the cannons here, just to play Doc. We are very happy with this exchange. Obviously, we'd rather keep the Donald, but him having to sink 2 removal cards into the Donald it's perfect. It's everything we'd hope for. And he's only at 7 currently. So we're able to slowly start building up. Yeah, we get the Sapphire Champion Daisy Duck here, where we get to support our Mickey with our Daisy, or with our other Daisy, I should say, and then we get to filter the top card of our deck. Or Scry? Scry? Is that the term? Yeah, Scry. I actually haven't played Magic before, so a lot of the more Magic-centric terms I'm not as familiar with. There we go. So he gets the trade in here. There's not a whole lot going on, it seems like, in Ian's hand. He's got a lot of bricks, it looks like. We get this awesome Nick Wild card, which lets us draw another card here as our Mickey finishes off the Pete, and does not die thanks to the resist from Daisy Duck. We get to Lilo and starts to make some decent trades here. Not terrible. I think he's in kind of a tough spot just because our deck naturally goes bigger than his, and he's only at 7, so he's kind of suffering from not a lot of early lore here. Yeah, we get the Xanatos to pop the Rhino here. We get another Mickey. I think we drew all 4 Mickeys. Just ridiculous. And now we started to overwhelm the board. He's got his Robin Hood out, but we're really starting to take over the board here. We're probably not too concerned if his Robin Hood clears one of our guys, since he has no cards in his hand anymore. Now that's our box topper Scar here. Now, unfortunately, his boost effect isn't until the start of our next turn. It's only for this turn, so we can't use our 2 ink here to boost unless we just wanted to for vanity. But here we're set up to where he can kill our Mickey Mouse here. He plays a Raw Lady there for nothing, and then trades with the Xanatos to try to clear up some of our board here. Now this is where the boost effect comes in great. There's 5 health left on that Robin Hood. We get the boost, subtract 5 strength from him, and then get to clear with our Nick Wild and draw another card. Let's just start to get super, super wide on the board here. Plays another Lady, but again, does not have the 1 or 2 in hand. Very unfortunate. Gets the cannons, but we're doing pretty good here for game 1, I'd say. And this is kind of where we get to see like this deck kind of being able to play like more of a tempo oriented right now, similar to Purple Steel. That was game 1. We take it pretty handedly here. Next up is going to be game 2. We are on the draw once again. Let's go for the Pluto here. He does also run Pluto, so he can have some pretty strong Pluto turns here. We do get one of our 4 1-drops. And he gets to go Pluto into Lady Pluto. Not a bad turn. Playing a second Nick Wild down, so we can start to clean up this board here. Pretty good for us. Ooh, and now he gets to just play out this Rhino. This Rhino is kind of a pain here. I think I misplayed this game by how I wanted to deal with this Rhino. I think I dealt with it way too quick here, unfortunately. So we get to go ahead, clear this Pluto, quest another one. And he goes ahead, gets a sick Doc turn again, and it clears our Nick Wild. Yeah, I find this to be kind of a difficult turn. If we had the shift, I think I would have shifted the Rhino to finish. So we play the Donald to boost our Nick, but it's off by 1, so we just slammed the Lexington. I don't think that was a great play on my part, because now we're just super behind on board here. When I think it would have just been better just to like wait, play the Donald and just like kind of wait here, because then the Donald himself in hindsight gets to clear the Rhino for free. And then we'd have 2 other characters to commit the board. So I think that's a pretty big misplay in this game that you will see, I think, does come back to bite me, unfortunately. Yeah, more often than not, 2 for 1ing yourself like I did there usually isn't going to be good to do. Sometimes it feels necessary, but in this case, I definitely think it was a slight detriment. Nice, gets the strength here. Gets the extra character and the strength so he can clear up my 6/4 Judy Hops, which I kind of really needed because that card is going to be really, really impactful here. He does send 3 attacks in to clear the Scar, which I think is slightly questionable for what it's worth, just because he had such a clear board here. He could have just quested up higher. I'll go ahead and quest up here after playing a Lawrence. We're starting to see the problems with the deck where, because we only really have 3 removal cards available to us right now, even if we clear these 2 cards, he's going to get to a point where he can just keep playing a guy off the top, and we can't really answer it very well. We're only at 1 lore. There we go. He's at 15. He plays another big Robin Hood. Bane of my existence here right now. Playing an Ink Runner. Yeah, we can really see where trading in so many characters into that Rhino just really put us so far behind on board. Now, assumably, he'd probably be an extra lore, extra 2 lore for what it's worth, but that's also kind of not quite always the case because we'd be able to trade into more stuff with our other 2 characters that we traded into. So, yes, right, we get our Donald Duck here. I kind of debate pretty hard on what I want to do here. I tried to get another card here. We can boost the Mickey with the Donald. We're clearing here. And then I actually have a Zeus. Not a Zeus. I got to get used to the name call. He hurled his Thunderbolt, which I want to try to do after he clears one of my guys. Just by virtue of I want to find ways to prevent him from drawing cards, which may not have been correct. I was lucky he did not have a card here to play. We get the Clauser. We find our strength after we Zeus his Robin Hood. We're slowly climbing. He gets another 2-quester. Not quite what we wanted to see. We're getting up to 11. We're starting to race, but he just got too far ahead in Lord early on. We just can't answer everything, unfortunately. We get to 15, and we got to scoop it up for game 2. Very, very close. I think a misplay on my end cost us that game. But we also had some... He had some unlucky draws that I think also got him difficult to clear the game. Now we get to go first here in game 3. I missed my 1-drop. He gets a Daisy, but I get the Nick Wild on turn 2, which is great because I have the Shift in hand. And we're kind of at another point where I think we're in a weird spot here where we can... I'm going to Ink here and shift this Nick Wild. But instead of just attacking the Daisy and then opting to let the Calhoun eat my Nick Wild, I tried to play around it a little bit, which I think was a mistake. I sing the Thunderbolt instead to clear the Calhoun. Goes ahead, sets up a Lawrence and passes. Very smart not to quest into the Nick Wild here. Going for the Judy here, finding a Francine, pretty decent. And then I pass, which I should have just quested at this point. Because now he gets to play 2 more guys and sing Strength. I lose my big beat stick character. I find another one off the Daisy. But now it's 4 characters to 1. And this 1 character can't really clear anything on her own. So I'm in a difficult position. And I also inked a Donald early on, which I really shouldn't have done. And I start to feel my regret pretty heavily here because now I have to do some awkward plays here, like playing this David to discard a card, to deal 2 to the Lawrence to finish it with Judy Hops. And I have to hope he doesn't have the Shift Robin Hood, which of course he does. And he has the Fire the Cannons for the David Xanatos. So we are in just an absolutely terrible position, unfortunately. I think I know pretty well that this game is over at this point. 10-0. I have no cards on the field. There's not much I can do, unfortunately, to climb back here. And part of this was also... There's a lot of parts that stem from this. Not just clearing the Daisy when I did. Trying to be greedy about wanting extra draws. And we're just kind of stuck. He's at 16. I don't have that Donald. I can't clear anything. Tried to draw strength, but unfortunately that is not going to be the case. And we end this 1-2. But it was an excellent set of games. Very well done, Ian. Very well done.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're back from locals. We took it 2-1 again tonight. Not a bad record at all. I actually got to play in the quote-unquote finals to try to go 3-0 against a local named Ian in his Amber Steel deck. The match is quite close. Well, games 1 and 2 were pretty close. Game 3, not as close, but that's okay. I think, all in all, I've still been pretty impressed by some of the rare and super rare cards of the deck, specifically Nick Wild. Has kind of overperformed for me at local so far, just being like a decent shiftable body at with a 5/4 body. that lets me draw cards, even if it only draws me like 1 or 2 cards. Like, I'm pretty happy with that over the course of the game by a landslide, honestly. But I think the biggest weakness still in our deck is actually dealing with ready characters, so that means we need more removal. With going 2-1 at Gamer's Den tonight, we did get a couple league promos. Unfortunately, they did not have any Strength Raging Fire, so we got the Elsa and the Zeus, which we probably will not play in our deck. But we did get ourselves 3 whole packs, okay? So we are going to be opening these and see what we're going to be adding to our deck. Man, I hope for another He Hurled This Thunderbolt. That was like... That card was pretty sweet tonight. Alright. Does that look alright?
Yeah.
Alright, good deal. We're going to start off with a Mother Gothel. Fragile as a flower. Oh, Rapunzel. That's not a bad Sapphire common. More on-play effects. Yeah, not bad at all. It's good and limited. We need more on-play effects in our deck as well, and this could be like a good card to put in for now for more on-play effects. Hudson's not bad either. This might be able to replace some of the other, like the Daisy deck support 2-drop that we've been playing, which has been fine. But this being a 2/4 that can draw and discard a card seems pretty nice too. Della's Moon Lullaby. We got me, Big Nose. We got Big Nose. Ducksworth. Mulan. We got Gaston. First rare. We got the Horned King. It's not gonna help us. Oh, and then we got a Sword of Hercules? Okay. You can play this item banished opposing deity character. During your turn, whenever one of your characters banishes another character challenge, gain 1 lore. So, maybe? Like, if we start to see the Sapphire Hades locally get played a bunch, like, we might be okay to just play this, and then it gets like a kind of a Calhoun effect over the course of the game. We'll consider it. And then my second foil Dragonfire. Would you look at that? Alright. Well, I don't know. Interesting cards, if anything. Let's go ahead. No Thunderbolt, though. No Sudden Scare. Sudden Scare we'd also be okay with. Any of the Judy Hops. Or Nick Wilds. We got a Rama, though. Another Fragile as a Flower. Farragut's McDuck. We got that guy again. Another one of these putting it all together. Flash, 100-yard dash. Blue. Webby Vanderquack. Got a Great Illuminary. And a Time to Go. Alright, so far nothing still. But first rare, of course.
Nothing Sapphire or Steel, really.
No, it's Duckburg, actually. Which
Is
oh, legendary, though. Okay, this could be big. Any Sapphire or Steel legendary. Please.
Yeah.
We got the Black Cauldron. And a foil Sleepy Hollow. Well, that's a joy. Talk about wind taken out of your sails. That's a tough one. Alright, last pack. Alright. Brawn Bones. Magic of Dispel. Another Daisy Duck. Putting it all together. Shanti. Akela. We got the Whisper Merlin. That card's pretty cool. We got a Pluto. If you have a detected character in play, return an item card from your discard to your hand. Let's put it on top of your deck.
Bring back the Sword of Hercules.
That kills lots of Hades. That's all I'm hearing. We got Blessed Bagpipes. Oh, we got a Diablo. Oh, that's kind of sweet. It's for my own personal collection. Oh, that's the first rare. Oh, we got a Potion of Malice. Our second one. Oh, and an Epic Webby. Oh, look at that. It's pretty fancy. But you know what? It's not going to go in the deck. But it looks cool. Alright, well. In terms of here, I don't know, maybe Sword of Hercules. I don't know. Okay. I suppose that's fine. Well, either way, I've been pretty happy so far with the deck. I'm anxious to see next week where we're gonna go. I was hoping in our 13 Whisper packs we've opened so far that we got more than one Thunderbolt and more than one Sudden Scare. So I'm debating on where I want to go next, especially if we just need more just outside of combat removal. But I think we'll get to that for next week. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a great night. Take care now, all right? See ya.